What if the first empire in history was also one of the most mysterious? Long before Rome, before Greece, before most civilizations we study today, there was Akkad, a civilization that didn't just survive, but expanded, dominated, and reshaped the ancient world. At the center of it all was one man, Sargon of Akkad. But Sargon's story doesn't begin in a palace. It begins in obscurity. According to legend, he was born in secret, set adrift in a river, and raised far from power. Yet somehow he rose, from nothing to king. And not just any king, Sargon became the ruler of what many consider the world's first true empire. But how? How does a single man in a fragmented ancient world unite vast lands under one rule? The answer lies in something deeper than conquest. It was strategy, organization, control. The Akkadians didn't just fight wars, they built systems. They created one of the earliest forms of centralized government. Cities were no longer isolated. They became part of something larger, connected, managed, watched. Trade routes expanded, resources moved across regions. For the first time, power wasn't just local, it was structured, and that changed everything. Their cities grew. Massive structures rose from the land. Ziggurats towered over the skyline, not just as temples, but as symbols. Symbols of power, order, control. Below them, life moved with purpose. Markets filled with traders. Scribes etched cuneiform into clay tablets, recording transactions, decisions, history itself. Writing wasn't just communication, it was control. Because once something is written, it can be enforced. And the Akkadians understood that. Their armies were just as advanced, disciplined, organized, relentless. They didn't just conquer land, they held it, maintained it, expanded it further. Their influence stretched across Mesopotamia, touching cultures, reshaping borders, absorbing ideas. They established one of the earliest known bureaucratic systems. Governors were placed in different regions. Authority was delegated. Orders were transmitted across distances. This level of coordination was rare for its time. It required planning, intelligence, and a deep understanding of control. But power like this comes at a cost. Maintaining an empire is harder than building one. As territories expanded, pressure increased. Resources had to be managed carefully. Communication became slower. Resistance began to grow. And still, something feels missing. Because the Akkadian Empire rose quickly, but then it fell. And not slowly, not gradually, it collapsed. Cities abandoned, systems broken, power gone, almost as if it had been erased. So what happened? Historians have theories. Drought, famine, internal rebellion, external invasions, climate shifts that may have changed the region dramatically. All possible, all logical. But none of them fully explain the suddenness, the scale, the silence that followed. Because when great empires fall, they usually leave traces, clear causes, detailed records. But Akkad feels different. There are gaps, missing pieces, unanswered questions, entire chapters that seem to be gone. And then there's something even more intriguing. The knowledge, the systems they built, the structures they created, feel ahead of their time. Too organized, too efficient, too advanced for what we expect from that era. Their use of writing was not basic, it was systematic, structured, designed for governance. Their understanding of logistics allowed them to maintain control over large distances. Their military was not chaotic, it was disciplined, coordinated, strategic. It raises a difficult question. Were they simply brilliant, or did they inherit knowledge we no longer understand? Because history as we know it isn't always complete, it's reconstructed, fragments put together, forming a story that makes sense to us. But what if parts are missing? What if something was lost, not gradually, but suddenly? The Akkadians may not have just been the first empire, they may have been something more, a glimpse of what early civilization was truly capable of and what it lost. Because today we look back at Akkad through broken remains, ruins, tablets, fragments, trying to rebuild a story that refuses to be complete. Archaeologists continue to uncover pieces, small clues, patterns, indications that there is still more beneath the surface. But the full picture remains hidden, and maybe it always will, because some histories are not meant to be fully recovered. Maybe Akkad isn't just history. Maybe it's a reminder that even the greatest systems, the most powerful empires, the most advanced knowledge can disappear, leaving behind only questions and silence. So the real question isn't just who the Akkadians were, it's this: what did they know that we don't? And if they lost it, could it happen again?